Well, of course, today we're in Belfast Magistrates Court for Judge Bagnall to give a ruling on the PPS's attempts to remove the reasonable defence included in the Public Possessions Act 1998. Of course, since the Public Possessions Act was enacted, hundreds of people have been charged with this, and many have been acquitted by availing of the statutory defence provided for in the legislation. The PPS have sought to remove the terms of that defence from me, and I'm the first person ever who will now, rather than the Crown having to prove my guilt, I will have to prove my innocence. It is absolutely perverse, and it goes against all the principles of British justice. To be quite honest, I don't blame the PPS, who, I've said many times, in my opinion, are completely politically compromised. I don't blame the PSNI, who I believe are completely politically compromised. I blame today the judiciary, who I have often said that I believe should act as the final bulwark between freedom and tyranny for the people. And today I feel let down by Judge Bagnall, and I have to say that. And I've tried not to criticise the judges, and I don't like criticising judges, I don't like criticising the judiciary, but I have to say that now I do feel that there are questions over the impartiality of the judiciary, and today Miss Bagnall, I believe, allowed the judiciary to become a political instrument, become politicised, and allowed the judiciary to criminalise, because that's effectively what they're doing. They're effectively trying to make sure the Public Possessions Act is a licence to intern where you have no reasonable defence, and today Miss Bagnall helped them along the way in that. And I don't want to get into personally criticising judges, but her ruling today was absolutely perverse, and I published a blog pretty much saying that, and questioning whether the judiciary had buckled under political pressure, and I see some absolute clowns and clampets have already come out and have said that it is defamation. Well, I would ask them, idiots, to please quantify to me how you can defame the truth, because the truth is the truth, whether people like it or not. And just because you have money, and just because you are in the judicial system or you are in a high powered position in government, does not mean that you are immune from hearing the truth. And let's not forget, as Sammy Wilson, probably one of the most sensible things Sammy Wilson ever said, the judges are little more than well-paid civil servants, so they are open to legitimate criticism. And today, I believe, Miss Bagnall warrants legitimate criticism that no doubt will come her way after this perverse ruling. And when I listened to what she had to say in her ruling, she actually compared the case to the Terrorism Act. This is effective jaywalking. This is at the stage we were at, and she spent considerable time saying how this ruling would impact wider plating in Northern Ireland and would have an impact on how the police are able to police parades and maintain justice and order. What has that got to do with my individual case? Am I just a test case? Am I meant to be a scapegoat to allow the police to get themselves a landmark case, whereas they can effectively just lift any person taking part in a parade off a street if they perceive any breach and there's no reasonable defence? It is bizarre. I hope some unionist politicians, and I have to say that some have already been in touch with me, which is pleasing to hear, but some others have not, and I wonder whether they will raise this issue, because it's serious not just for me, for everybody. And as we go forward in this, what they want to do with this is, I'll not get into the ins and outs of it. I'm sure when Miss Bagnall's ruling becomes public and people can read it for themselves, anybody sort of legally switched on will understand to an extent. But they want to make it counterproductive for me to take the stand. And why they want to do that is because they want to stop me exposing ACC Care. They want me to stop me exposing Matt Baggett, Alan McCrum, and the other senior police officers who sat down with Sinn Féin IRA, who sat down with Sean Spike Murray, Army Council, Martin McGuinness, former Chief of Staff, and Jerry Kelly, the old Bailey bomber and former Army Council member, to discuss me and to discuss how to break the police peaceful union flag protests. And on that note, the police ombudsman was handed a document of complaints by me. It was made public, it's still in the public domain, that document, which alleged serious misconduct, corruption and possible illegality on the part of the PSNI. The Ombudsman has had over a year, and I know they have completed that report and they are refusing to release it into the public domain. Why is that? What are they covering? My next step is I'm going to contact the Ombudsman tomorrow, ask for that report to be released straight away, and if it is not, I will take a judicial review into that decision, and hopefully might come across a judge who might actually still value the principles of justice. So, in a closing note, if the PPS, the judiciary, the government, or whoever's trying to push forward this farcical case believe that they're going to wear me down, they have another thing coming, and it may be counterproductive for me now to take the stand, but I can assure you, even if it means me effectively putting myself in jail, I will take the stand and I will expose this absolute sham of a justice system, because it doesn't just affect Jamie Bryson. And whether you like me, whether you hate me, whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, this affects every single person in this country, and it especially affects any political activist that would dare to speak out against the government. Free speech should apply to everybody, not only the people that say the things that the government want them to say. Thank you.